scheduled broadcast to bring you this special news bulletin.
Right now, we're in the middle of a recession, and buying a home might be the last thing on your mind.
However, if you look at the present situation, you will realize that now is the perfect time for you to buy your dream home.
The deadline for some of the government incentive programs might be coming to an end soon.
So the time to act is now.
Call V&V Real Estate Associates and Financial Specialists today.
All right, so can you state your name?
My name is Laura Monteresi Covertier.
How are you doing today, Laura?
Doing good.
Okay, I have a couple of questions I'm going to ask you today, Laura. What is the transaction that you did with V&V?
We first started with V&V July of 2008 when we wanted to purchase a home. Fortunately, our credit was not at the best standing, so we did start with financial analyst Jorge, who helped build our credit up and to where we got to standings where we could start purchasing a home. And we've been with this company since, to where we did purchase a home 2 weeks ago.
Okay, and what has your experience been like with V&V?
Excellent. From beginning to end, they have been in constant contact. They have been continuously asking how our progress is going and constant communication, and through every step all the way to signing over the house. They were one step ahead of everybody, and they did help us to see our dream.
Okay, and would you recommend V&V to anybody?
Absolutely. In fact, I've already started recommending them, and I've told them that they will make you feel like they're part of their family, and they will show you that you're part of their family.
All righty then. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Ray, I would like to introduce yourself. What is your name and what is that you do?
My name is Ray Sire. I'm an independent contractor for Bright House Networks.
Okay, what type of experience do you have in real estate?
Well, I was a member of Trump University. I was mentored one-on-one with one of Donald Trump's personal executives. I've purchased every real estate course you can think of. If I saw it on the internet, TV, I bought it and studied it.
Okay, tell us about your last transaction with V&V.
Last transaction with V&V was the purchase of a rental property. A very nice 3-bedroom house that now provides me with a positive cash flow income.
Okay, how would you describe our services?
Services are absolutely unparalleled. Great services.
Would you recommend V&V?
Oh yes, highly recommend them to anybody.
What would you say to all the people out there basing your experience with V&V?
Anybody out there who would like to be involved with real estate investment, V&V is the best. They will succeed for you.
Thank you very much.
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, this is Erica with V&V Real Estate Associate and Financial Specialist. Today I'm here with Joanne Walker, our Help Rental Team Manager, and she's going to talk a little bit about our Help Rental Team.
Hello, my name is Joanne Walker. I'm with V&V Real Estate and Financial Specialist. I would like to talk to you a little bit about our Help Rental Team. I am the manager, and I have numerous realtors working with me, and their main focus is to rent your properties. You list it, we rent it. Most of our properties are rented within a month. Why use our property management? Well, we take all the work and the headaches away from you. We list your property, we find a tenant, we do all the advertising. Once we get a tenant in there, we do all the background checks, and we check on your property every few months to make sure everything's okay. All you do is sit back and collect your check every month. So, let us do all the work and list your home for you. You can reach us at 259-4663, or you can go to our website at myfinancialconnections.com. Go to the rental.
Well, I thought the bailout was supposed to make it easier on home buyers, with the average interest rate on a 30-year fixed-rate mortgage this week jumping to nearly 6.5%. That is the biggest weekly gain we've seen since 1987. It's still very low, though, but that is the biggest jump we've seen. But steeper borrowing costs, could they hurt our chances of an economic recovery? Let's ask Ken Beasley. Ken is the author of The Future of Real Estate. Ken, what do you think?
Hi, Neil. I think it's going to hurt. There's so many people sitting on the sidelines right now that maybe can afford a house. They're not sure if they want to get into it. And remember, like you said, going back to the 80s, 18, 15%, it doesn't seem high to a lot of the people that are older. But to the people that are trying to get into the home market right now, 6-7% is going to knock them out of the home market. Add in the cost, add in all the other things that are going to go into buying a home and job security. I think it's going to put a big setback on what's available right now for homeowners.
You know what's interesting about that, Ken, what you said, and you said at the outset, just maybe owing to both our ages here, that if these are high interest rates, boy, the 13.5% my wife and I got on our first condo when we got married, which was well back in the last century, I might point out. It seems like a bargain basement buy, but I guess we've been spoiled to the point that if it gets around these levels or higher, what do? We just don't do anything?
Well, you know, in the 80s we held on and, you know, we did different things to hold on to the property, and eventually 5 years, 7 years into it, we got out of it and we sold the property and the economy turned around. This cycle has gone on for years, every 5, 10 years. The unfortunate thing right now is the perfect storm has happened. And as I was saying in my book, you know, the perfect storm means that until we stop the free fall of foreclosures and we put a bottom on this decline in real estate, there's so many people that are just, unless they're buying an REO or is trying to steal a property, they're just uncertain if they want to get into the market.
What is an REO?
It's a bank property that they've taken back.
Foreclosed then.
Bank property.
Then let me get your sense then. I've heard from a lot of lenders that would tell me, you know, Neil, we're still lending. We're being a little picky now the way we were and the way we should have been. Maybe, you know, Ken, when you and I were younger, there were a couple of vanilla mortgages, you know, 10, 20% down. You had a certain credit score. You didn't have a variety of different menus available. And now, you know, we're going back to that. So they tell me, you know, it's not that there's not lending going on. It's just you have to meet, you know, the kind of stringent requirements you used to have to meet. What do you say?
I agree, and I think I deal with a couple of banks in the California area that didn't get hurt at all by this. Their local banks, and a couple of them are credit unions. They had strict criteria. They didn't have the adjustable loans, the subprime loans, and they required 10% down or 20% down. They didn't require just 2% or nothing down. And they survived. They might have got hurt a little bit on their equity line lending, but they didn't take back properties to any degree that the bigger savings and loans and the lenders that were doing these, you know, the subprime.
But bottom
loans.
line is, I think you raised a very good point. We've gotten used to this, or folks have gotten used to this. They don't like all of a sudden this inching up in rates, and obviously in the tighter lending standards and in the dicey economic environment, it just sort of cascades, right?
Yeah, and you know, the other part to this puzzle is going to be the appraisals. Right now, even to get values on properties is very hard. The lenders are really skittish because they're taking 2 or 3 appraisals, and the appraisals are not even real because they're compared to short sales, and like I said, REO is that people are stealing properties. So it's hard to get a real handle on what is a value of a property that's just being sold a conventional way. Now, there is one bright side to this.
Please tell me.
A lot of buyers have been sitting on the sidelines thinking, well, when is the bottom going to hit not only in the real estate market, but interest rates, are they going to get lower? I think a lot of those buyers that are really qualified, have good incomes, and have some money to put down are going to start getting into the real estate market because they're afraid the interest rates are going to go up.
Ken, thank you very much.
Thank you.